welcome once again to my channel once again. Now we have this question before us. We have to differentiate y equal to 2x squared plus 4x from the first principle. How are we going to do this? It's very simple. Now here's the solution to this problem. Now if you have a problem like this and we're asked to differentiate from the first principle, what will guide us here, because we are all learning, is to bring out the steps we use in solving the first principle. Now what are those steps? Step one means you're going to bring out your f of x. That means you're going to bring out the function. And then step 2 means you're going to bring out f into x plus h, where h stands for what? Delta x. Delta x can also be written like this. It also means change in x. So in place of h, you can replace it with delta x, because most textbooks use delta x also. So you can use delta x or h as well. Now, step 3, you are going to have f of f into x plus h minus f of x. That's step 3. And then step 4, you're going to have f into x plus h minus f of x all over h. Now step 5, you're going to have the limit as h tends to 0 of f into x plus h minus f of x all over h. Now these 5 steps I listed here is what will guide us to be able to solve this particular problem. So let's bring it out into the solving now. Now step 1 means we are going to bring out the function f of x, and remember the function we have here is what? 2x squared plus 4x. So we're going to have 2x squared plus 4x. That's for step 1. That's what we have just done for step 1. Now we'll proceed to the next one, which is what? Step 2. Now step 2 means you are going to bring f into x plus h out. So in place of x, you are going to replace it with what? X plus h. Just like I said earlier, h can also be represented by delta x or change in x. So you are going to have 2 into x plus h all squared plus 4 into x plus h. Now we are going to simplify this out. Remember, this power here is 2, so this can also be said 2 into x plus h multiplied x plus h plus 4 into x plus h. Remember, everything we are doing here, we are still on what? Step 2. Now when you have two brackets multiplying, you are going to have 2 into x times x squared, x times h plus xh, h times x plus xh, h times h plus h squared. I've expanded these two brackets. Now plus 4 times x, 4x, 4 times h, 4h. Now proceed further. These two open this bracket, so 2 times x squared, 2x squared, and then 2 times x. You know, this is xh here, so xh plus xh, you're going to have 2xh. So 2 times 2xh, you are going to have plus what? 4xh. Now 2 times h squared will be 2h squared plus 4x plus 4h. Now we are done with what? Step 1 and step 2. Now we'll proceed to step 3. Look at step 3. F into that. Your step 2, everything you had in your step 2, you're going to subtract your function f of x from it. That's f of x subtracted from step 2. And this is our step 2, right? So you're going to bring out our step 3 here now. Step 3, we are going to bring out the whole of this function now. Look at the whole of the function. 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared plus 4x plus 4h. Now let's look at what step 3 says. We are going to subtract f of x from it. And remember from our question that our f of x is what? 2x squared plus 4x. So you are going to subtract minus 2x squared plus 4h. Now proceed further. You are going to have 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared plus 4x plus 4h. Now this minus affects everything in the bracket. We're going to have minus 2x squared minus 4h. Now positive 2x squared, negative 2x squared, so they can cancel themselves out. Now another thing is we can still bring it further again. This 2x squared will cancel out what? 2x squared. Sorry, here is not 4h. Here is what? 4x. Here also be 4x. 4x. Because our function is what? 2x squared plus 4x, not 2x squared plus 4h. So negative 4, we have positive 4x, we have negative 4x. Positive 4x can cancel at negative 4x. And we are going to be left with what? 4xh plus 2h squared plus 4h. And that's what is left for step 3. We are done with what? Step 3. Now let's proceed to step 4. What does step 4 talks about? Step 4 now, look at everything we have here. Look at everything we have here in step 4. You're going to divide it by what? H. Everything we have in step 3 is the same thing in step 4. So you just divide it by what? H. So you can have step 4. So we'll come down here. Now we can now say our step 4. We'll bring out everything here since we are dividing by just H here. So we are going to bring out 4xh plus 2h squared plus 4h. We divide through all by h. Now h will cancel out here. Since h here is 2, is 2h squared. So if you have h squared, it's the same thing as h times h. Remember, 2h squared, so 2 multiply divided by h. It means this will cancel out. And we left is what? 2h. And then 4h, if you have 4h also divided by h, it's the same thing as 4 because h will cancel out. Now, if that works out, you are going to have, that implies you are going to have 4xh divided by h. You are going to have 4x plus 2h squared. Just as we have here divided by h, we are going to have what? 2h. And then 4h divided by h, we are going to have what? Plus 4. That means we are done with what? Step 4. Now, step 5 says everything we have in step 4, we should just take the limit as h tends towards 0. You get? That's what we are going to do. Now, applying that now, we are going to take the limit of everything we just did here now. So you can say our step 5 now means we are going to take the limit as h tends to 0 of 4x plus 2h plus 4. What this means is that anywhere we see h now, anywhere we see h, we are going to replace it with what? 0. So at that point, we are going to have 4x plus 2 times 0 in place of h now, plus 4. And that will give us what? 4x plus 4, because 2 times 0 is 0. And that's the final solution to this problem. So if you're asked to differentiate 2x squared, if you're asked to differentiate 2x squared plus 4x, your final answer as the derivative using the first principle is going to be what? 4x plus 4, just as we have here. And that's the final solution to this problem. And if you find this video interesting, do not hesitate. Make sure you like, comment, and share for more understanding like this. Bye-bye.